Hi friends, I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki here, and if you hear any noise in the background, Bentley is snoring, so hopefully it's not translating through, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. It's not me, it's him. but, but I'm so excited that you guys are here today so that I can share with you my tips on how you can really create a great work environment, not only for your business, but for your team and for yourself, most importantly. So let me jump into my tips. First, let me say that this is something that going into, I rebranded my company. And so it's really a fresh start. And that's how I see it. It's like a refresh of the company so that we can really make sure that our mission and vision fits us now, because we're not the same business we were 5 years ago. And I talked about this in another video, but with that, it was important for me as the business owner to sit down and make sure that I implement things that keeps the company great and keep my team motivated and keep us great. And so these are the things that I have been thinking about and I am working to kind of refresh in my own business. So I thought it would be appropriate to share with you in case you are needing a refresh for your business. We're coming up on the new year. It's a time to think about these things. And so I hope it will be helpful. So the first tip is to identify the culture of your business. Kind of how do you want your business to feel and run? What's the vibe of your organization? And so it's important to assess this, every couple of years because things change, the goals change, the people change, you change. And so for me, my culture did change. We started out as this more structured business where everyone went to an office, everyone had their own office. We did at one point switch to people working in a group because they felt that was a better situation. Everyone basically came to work from 9 to 5, so we were that standard business structure. And that's how we started out. Now we are totally not that way. The culture has changed. Everybody is working from home now. Everybody creates their own schedule. We're very results-driven companies. So it's not about coming and being to work at 9 o'clock and clocking out at 5 o'clock and doing A, B, and C. It is about the results or action, the results we get from our actions that we do in our work day. So for me as a business owner, I could care less how you structure your day and what you make up for yourself. If it works for you, I just need you to figure out what works for you so that you can provide the results that I have presented to you. And so that is the kind of structure of our company now. It's the culture of the company now. It's where you have the ability to speak your mind and share your ideas, and there's no pressure. So it's really one that I have been working hard to establish, and it's one that's where I'm at in my business today. I will say when you're establishing the culture for your business, it's important that you establish the guidelines to support that culture so that everyone is on the same page and it cuts down on confusion. So if you are that 9 to 5 company, you want to have those policies and procedures in place to support that culture. We have a more results driven culture now. So I have the policies and the guidelines to show how we work as a company. So whatever you decide your culture is going to be sure to have that supporting guide and policies and procedures to keep everybody informed. The second thing is to identify everyone's roles. And that is so important. And with me, I never go into my company thinking, I know this is how it's supposed to go. This is how it's supposed to run. I always go from the perspective of, I think this would work. If it doesn't, we'll tweak it at that point. And so when I go in and I assign certain roles, it's off what I think that would work. I do kind of research and see what others have worked for them. If I vibe with it, I may try it. But in the end, I make sure that every team member understands what the expectation is from them. So what their role is in the company. I also think it's important that when you assign roles that you be sure to Make sure that you're looking at the personality of the team member, at their skill level, their work times, their availability, because all of those factors really play into them giving me the results that I want for the company. So even though they may have been hired in a role, and I have done this several times where I've hired someone as a specific position, and then when I get to know them and I get to know their personality and I see that they have skill sets that they did not put on their resume, then I bring them in and I have a talk and say, hey, I like to reposition you a little bit because I think this is what would work best. And so it's important that whatever you do, that you assign those roles to yourself. If you're a one-man show, you give yourself that job description. And then also if you have team members, you want to be just clear about the roles. And being clear about the roles does not mean they cannot be flexible, but you have to communicate that to the team, and also just be aware and be observant of your team and see their special qualities. That's always something that I'm looking for. My team doesn't even know I look for that in them half the time, but I look for how they behave. I look for how they talk. I look for what they talk about in their personal lives. I try to figure out what their passions are, because I find when I can find out what their passions are and then see where that fits with a result that I need, it's a beautiful thing. And so just kind of all those things, listen and kind of be that silent listening and looking and see how that can impact your company, and so that you can appropriately place your team members and yourself. So the next thing is setting measurable goals. And for me in the past with my company before the rebrand, it was very more of a just convoluted, performance review based. It was just, to me, it was just not what I desired in my culture and how I ran my company. I didn't want a company where it was just such rating based and just a lot of time spent on performance reviews. And I just didn't want that. I have been in that corporate America where that has happened, did not like it then, and I did not want that for my company. So for me, it was important to implement in this rebrand a way for me and my team to really track our performance in an extremely simplified way. It also is important because when it comes times for raises and things like that, I need to have data, and I need to have information that really helps me understand, who needs a raise, what they need the raise to be, and all of those good things. And so, and it's important to measure your successes so you know your wins and you know your losses, you know where you need to improve. And so luckily I came up with a very simplified way for me and my team to really measure our goals. And if you want to know about that, I can do a separate video. It would be too long to kind of go through here. It is very simplified, but if you're curious to see how I do that, I would love to show it to you. But it's something that I have implemented with the rebrand, and I'm excited to see how it goes, because I don't know yet. I don't have enough data yet to see if it's going to be workable, but I'm really excited about it, and I feel good about it. But again, it's about having that way to measure those goals. The other thing about that too is implementing the team, encouraging communication, because I don't like to just put something out there and just say this is what it is and not get my team's input. For years, I've always had to fight my team with, you guys, it's okay to speak up. I want your opinions. I don't want to tell you what to do. I want you to be able to communicate to me what you think would work or what you would respond to, because then we can put together something beautiful. And so now the team is so great in the fact that they are very communicative. They are very involved. And so every time I come up with this system, I present it to them and I get their feedback. And then I can really end up with something that just really works well for the company. Because in the end, again, my goal with my company is results driven. And so that's what I need to put in place. And that requires me to communicate well with my team. The other thing is to celebrate those successes. Take time to celebrate the successes. In business, a lot of times it's go, 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 and you don't have time, or not that you don't have time. Let me correct myself there. You don't make time to smell the roses, to celebrate yourself, celebrate your team. And I'm one that is one thing that I need to do more of. I need to stop and really look at my successes and enjoy them. And because I work really hard all all the time, but I need to sometimes just back down and really take time to just look at what I have done, the team has done, and take a moment to celebrate. And so that's one of the things going into this new rebrand that is on the top of the list that I have, is to celebrate all of the beautiful things that we do to change the lives of others when it comes to the art of organization. So friends, I hope that these tips I have shared with you and kind of my journey of where I'm at now with the rebrand, of really implementing these things and refreshing these things into the new rebranded At Home with Nikki. Let me know in the comments, do you have a business, and kind of what is your thought process behind your business? If you want to add on to anything to this conversation, I would love for you to do it in the comments there. This could be a great place for that. Also, I have my Facebook group, which is a great place to chat back and forth, and you can get there from friendgirls.us. We'll take you right there and you can join the group. I'm also live on Amazon every single Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can go to athomewithnikki.live and it will take you to the lives there. When you go over to Amazon, though, go ahead and follow me on Amazon, and that way you can get notifications when I go live. Sometimes I do go live outside of the Friday on the side, and so you don't never miss a time with me, and it can be a great reminder also. And lastly, for all of my aspiring professional organizers, if you are aspiring to be an organizer and you don't know where to start, my master course is here for you. It is that course that is that working course where you will start the course, and by the end of it, you are ready to take on that first client. You have put your business together. I incorporate all the elements so that you can really have a great start to your business. And also, if you have a professional organizing business, but you're struggling or you don't feel like it's quite where you need it to be, this course is also the perfect course for you to help you hit that reset button on your business. And I'll put the link to my master course down below. I hope it will be so helpful to you. So friends, have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you at the next video. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.